Okay, we are on to the next part of our build. We are going to be setting valve lash here. You're going to need a 5 mil Allen wrench of some kind, whether it is just a regular old Allen wrench or whether it's a socket, and a 14 mil wrench. So we're going to go ahead and set those guys up there on that. And you're going to need you can do it many ways. If it's in the truck, you can spin it over by the alternator. I usually just grab a 15 mil and a breaker bar. So we're going to grab a 15 mil and a breaker bar here. And what you're looking for is on the balancer. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see it down there. Okay, so on the balancer, you are going to spin this guy over till you see TDC. So you can just, if you're sitting here looking at it, you can see the mark right there, and you're going to spin it around to the 12 o'clock position. So right there. So that's 12 o'clock. It's going to run right straight up through the middle of our block up the top. And what you're looking for is you want the number 1 cylinder to be loose. So both of them need to be loose. And this one, I've got my intake that's still under pressure, which means this, if we were to go back here, would probably be loose on both of number 6 because they're companion cylinders front and back here. So we are going to go ahead and spin this guy around. Ooh, and you can hear the compression. Okay. Oh yeah, nice and tight. Coming back up on TDC. So I'm going to step back and look at that. There we are lined up with TDC. We're going to need to roll that over again later on. But now what we're going to do is we should be loose on one, on intake and exhaust. So now that we've got that, I'm going to go ahead and break that loose. I'm going to break this guy loose. Okay, so we've got both of those guys loose for what we're doing now. And the factory settings on a common rail, I think, are 10 and 26. I always set them to 10 and 20. That's the 12 valve world. I heard that it was just mostly emission stuff, and I've run plenty of them that way without any negative effects. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slide our feeler gauge in between. Whew, that one was off by a good little bit. Okay, so we're going to roll it down till we just start getting drag on. That's too much. So we get drag on our feeler gauge. So then I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy. I'm going to hold that in place. And we're just going to tighten it down. Now, and we check it again afterwards. We still have slight drag on our 10 thousandths gauge here. So there is intake. And we're going to come over here to exhaust. So we're going to grab our 20 thousandths. Do the same thing. We're going to come over here. That one was off. These came out of a 6.7, so no surprise that they were off. I have no idea. You know, it was a motor that we picked up for our next build. It's not a shocker that they're off. Okay, so that's too much drag. All right, there we go. Now we've got some drag. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring it around. Kind of hard with the wiring loom on there. Try to bring it around front and see if I can get a better angle on it. Sometimes you have to put your finger in there, kind of get that little pedestal in the right spot. Yeah, see, that's better. There we go. So I'm going to hold that guy down. Oop, I moved it. It's still good. So Cummins says that you won't lose any horsepower for a wide range. So they say that you can. Oops, that's too tight. They say that you can have between like 16 and I think it's 34 thousandths is what they say you can do. A lot of guys report having Valvetrain noise if they get too sloppy. So that's got a little bit tighter drag than probably what we'd like to see. We'll go ahead and stick our 20 back underneath there and try to get it a little better. Again, sometimes it's hard to get that started underneath there. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and hold that guy and just snug that up and then check it again. Okay. Now we can go ahead. We've got one. And that is, and you don't have to kill it. This is not a world's strongest man contest. Just make sure that those are snug. They only are supposed to go down to 18 feet-pounds anyway on the rocker arm nuts. So what we can do here is, since we're doing it this way, we have set one, and then we're going to be able to do, and you can tell, so intake on 2 is loose. Intake on 3, exhaust on 3 is not loose, so we can't do that one. So we're going intake, exhaust, because this intake will be tight. So exhaust on 3. We're doing intake on 4, exhaust on 5, and nothing on 6. So that's the pattern. We're doing all of cylinder 1. We're doing intake on 2, exhaust on 3, intake on 4, exhaust on 5. You can see there's a pattern there. Nothing on 6. We'll rotate it 360, and then we'll do exhaust, intake, both. All right, so we're going to hit pause, and I'm going to do the rest of this side. Like I said, we're doing intake, exhaust, nothing. So I'm going to do those, and then we'll come back and start on the other side. Okay, so we have done number 1, then intake, exhaust, and we've set them to 10 for the intakes and 20 for the exhausts. We're going to roll this guy around 360 degrees, which will put number 6 at top dead center. And we're coming around to TDC. There we go. So we've got that on number 6 TDC. We're going to go to the back, and we're going to do intake and exhaust. All right. Let's see, grab that. I left that under there, which foolishly is now under compression. Those are the moments that we live for. Okay, so rolling it back around till I see my exhaust valve come up, and we've got our gauge out. Roll it back around. That just proves that these videos are not edited. Okay, so we've got our feeler gauge. We're going to come back over here. We've opened up the intake on number 6. And like the others, it was off by a good 40 thousandths of an inch. And this came out of a different motor. 6.7 tappets instead of 5.9 ones, so not a shocker. Okay, now we're getting closer. That's a little too much drag. Okay, that's perfect. So I try to hold the Allen wrench straight as I'm snugging it up. Awesome. Okay, so there we've got intake adjusted. I'm going to go ahead and snug that down. So we're going to roll take. Oh, the exhaust is already ready. Okay, so this one is a booger in the truck. It's a real pain in the butt. But when you're working on it outside, you find that you don't wind up hating number 6 as much as you do when you're working on it in the truck. It's amazing. Okay. Alright, there's drag on number 6 exhaust. Loosened up a little bit. Oop, too much. Finicky. Perfect. Right on our 20. Okay, number 6 is adjusted. So now, if you remember, we did intake, exhaust, intake, exhaust. So we're going to be doing, and for the sake of keeping this less confusing, we're going to start back at the nose of the truck again. So we're going to do exhaust on number 2. Because on the first pass, that was that was intake. So we're going to exhaust now. And you can see how far that's wiggling. We know that's out of adjustment right from the get-go. All right, so go ahead, put a feeler gauge in there and roll it down. We've got drag. Okay. May have loosened up a little bit. Like it just a little bit tighter than that. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so we've got 2 exhaust done. Now we're going to 3 intake. And this is just, it got me in trouble the last time because I was worrying about videoing, but I leave it where I was so you know that you were on the exhaust there. And since they flip-flop, we know that we're going to the intake here. Oh, that one is a snug one. That is a knuckle buster. So again, it doesn't have to be crazy tight. It should be snug because you don't want your valve train coming loose. I'm setting these a little bit tight because I've got assembly lube on these things, which is probably taking up a little more space than engine oil. And that thing is grabby. Okay. Right there. Let's check it and see what we got. A little too much drag. Let's back it off just a little bit. So we're showing you the whole run on this exhaust. So instead of breaking it up like we did on the intake where we put it on pause. Alright. I don't like it. So this is the real deal. Okay. There. That's beautiful. Okay, so that is intake that is now, okay, it is now ready to go, and with my fat fingers have knocked the feeler gauge down there. Again, all lovely things that you want to watch out for. So we know that we were on intake on 3, which means we're at intake on 3, exhaust on 4. About said that wrong. Okay. This one actually felt pretty tight. This is the one that was closer than any of the rest. Okay, that feels good. Alright, we got slight drag on it. Go ahead and snug it down. Awesome. Alright, so then we are pull intake, so I know what the next one is. So we are back to intake. Oh, that one's way off. You can tell, after you've done a couple of them, you can see how much slop is in there when you're putting the feeler gauge towards it. That was probably 40 thousandths. Alright. Okay, so we have a slight drag on it. Before we go crazy. Slight drag. Okay, so we're going to make sure to pull our feeler gauges, and then I'm just going to go through and make sure, because again, safety is always the best policy. I'm going to go through and check all of the nuts. Make sure that I didn't miss one. We're humans, so there are errors to be made aplenty. Okay, so far they're all snug. Okay, so there you go. So for setting your valve lash, you need a 14 millimeter box end wrench. You need a 5 millimeter Allen wrench. You need a set of feeler gauges. I used a 10 and a 20, and these came in a kit, and I just pulled them apart because I hate trying to deal with the other mess. So there you go. That is setting your valve lash. Remember, set it to TDC and check to see if 1 and 2 are loose. If they're not loose, then that means 6 is going to be loose on intake. Why did I say 1 and 2? On intake and exhaust. If that's the case, so if your front ones aren't loose, go ahead, grab a 15 millimeter socket or grab whatever it is on your alternator, spin the motor 360 degrees, and start TDC on your number 1 cylinder. All right, hope you enjoy.